Well, Steve Borthwick has finalised his World Cup squad early. Now the chance to bring the bite and cohesion that was missing last weekend. Will Stewart and George Martin, just 2 of 4 England players retained from the 15 beaten last Saturday. A 16th cap for Ben Earl, but the first time he's started. Mano Tuolangi remains on the sidelines, so it's Ollie Lawrence and Joe Marchant in the midfield. Henry Arundel and Elliot Daly on the wings. The captain, Owen Farrell, replaces Marcus Smith at fly half. Well, all change for Wales in their starting 15. Dan Lydiard returns after a long absence. Kane Plumtree came off the bench in Cardiff. He starts this time. Hugo Dowie-Lake gets a chance to demonstrate his leadership credentials. Thomas Williams returns at scrum half alongside Owen Williams at fly half. And there's another Williams at fullback, Liam. In between them is the Scarlet Joe Roberts, who makes his international debut. Well, let's take a look at the replacements, with Ollie Chesham still rehabbing his ankle. England include Johnny Hill, who isn't part of their World Cup squad. Wales forced into a late alteration. Gareth Davis replaces Kieran Hardy, who was pulled out for what are being described as family reasons. Well, we're almost set to go. Not too many empty green seats. It's a very handsome crowd indeed. Ben Earl, a huge afternoon for him. He's got his place in the World Cup squad. Now can he seal his place in the starting 15? Well, there is this all change. Wales 15, Joe Roberts. Well, he grew up watching the likes of Regan King and Jonathan Davis playing fourth and athlete. Now he steps into the scarlet of his country. Young man who's suffered a lot with knee injuries, but here he is at the age of 23. What an opportunity for him. Well, there is the referee for the day, Nika Amashukeli from Georgia. He's certainly done the hard yards. 7 years ago in a post-match scuffle at a Georgian League match, he was stabbed in the leg. So against that background, England-Wales should be a joyride. We're underway. Experience, power and pace. Those are the attributes Steve Borthwick adopts to characterise his England team. Let's see over the course of 80 minutes if reality meets the rhetoric. Jack van Poortvliet, who was first choice for England throughout the Six Nations. Liam Williams not getting to that, and in the end it ended up in the hands of Ben Earl. But well, Henry Arundel has taken a knock.
Time is off.
This is bound to be concerning. Just 38 seconds on the clock.
It's a fair contest for me, though.
Entirely accidental clash. You can hear the referee saying it was a fair contest.
Yeah, and both players going up to contest for that ball. Liam Williams coming off from the fullback position. Henry Arundel leaping higher, trying to get the hand up there to regain possession. And it's just that clash in the air. And both players in a position to catch the ball. And it's always the risk when you decide to go up in the air, Martin, both as an attacker and as a defender. It is a long way down. And let's hope Henry Arundel is fine and he's moving back to his position.
Well, Max Malins was getting set to be called forward, and I suppose it's possible, it might still happen.
Control your weight on the bind. Remember what it's for, control your weight on the bind.
But he seems okay.
Meet in the middle, meet in the middle.
Be nice and loud for us from the top.
Oh yeah, I will, yeah.
Henry Arundel having just his second start for England. His only other one was in that last game of the Guinness Six Nations against Ireland, when, in all honesty, England didn't make as much of him as perhaps they would have liked to. Ireland clearly played quite a significant role in that. So the first scrum, a very much more experienced Wales front row than we had last week. We had the two debutants. Nasserati and Domachowski, just the third time in the last 75 years that Wales had started a test match with two debutants on either side of the front row.
It's not just the debutants, these guys, as you mentioned, Martin, very experienced, but also as a combination, a front row combination from the Ospreys, the locking partners behind them. These guys have got the match experience, know each other very well, and a good test against Joe Marler, the veteran. Will Stewart.
Well, the free kick going against Wales.
Off. Hit and chase.
And the first battle won then by England. That psychological battle. And up in the air with the spiral bomb goes Owen Farrell.
Yeah, it's a real test. Oh, and he took 2 or 3 grabs and he couldn't take it. England immediately onto the attack. There's Ollie Lawrence. Here's Van Poortvliet. Farrell again just runs it through. That's for Arundel to get after. Well, that was very sharp work indeed, coming from Liam Williams. And Liam Williams getting up rather gingerly. Oh, Josh Adams being asked questions, unable to provide a coherent answer.
2 brilliant kicks by Owen Farrell. So difficult to handle that spiral bomb, but this attacking rubber kick, fingertip stuff there by Liam Williams.
Okay, good to go.
And you think your 50th test, you've got to face a spiral bomb swirling in the air with Billy Vunipola charging down at you.
We know how just how quickly and speedy Henry Arundel is off the mark. So that was certainly one in the plus column for Liam Williams, who hasn't had too much competitive rugby over the course of the last 3 or 4 seasons. Good start though from England. There's Courtney Laws. Jamie George that time. Here's Farrell again. Slides it through, that's meant for Stewart. But Williams read that superbly. That's Liam Williams. Here's another Williams. That's Owen.
All on.
Route 1. On the half volley. Here's Farrell.
Oh, brilliant kick by Owen Farrell. England certainly winning the kicking contest at the moment. Wales kicked 34 times in last weekend's match.
Yeah.
England only 20. But that kick from Owen Williams was really just to get it down the field under pressure. Allows Owen Farrell with a great tactical kick, putting them under pressure in their own half again.
Let's focus on this first line out. Dowie Lake choosing Adam Beard. England were competing for it. Maro Itoje came through.
As well. Deflected the heat. Ducked in and deflected. No contact on the net.
So Wales retain it, but it's far from tidy.
Hold. Watch the foot. Hold.
This is Thomas Williams. Chooses to run it onto Owen Williams.
No, all on.
Hanging back is Elliot Daly.
He's okay then.
He'll have a licence to roam
England hold.
as
England
an additional
hold.
playmaker today.
Go right, shoot.
Liam Williams with space. It was a dangerous combination there. On to Josh Adams. Referee was happy with the pass. Adams squeezes it through. Henry Arundel that time colliding with his own fullback, Freddie Stewart. Billy Vunipola just communicating there with his scrum half. Rhys Davis
Don't hold him.
coming through quickly to make the tackle.
Don't
There is
hold
Rhys
him, don't.
Davis trying to get out. The referee
don't
noticing
hold
that
him.
he's actually being held in.
It's a second man. Yeah, I will.
Well, you have to say, it has all the intensity of a clash in the Six Nations.
Paul, don't hold the player. He's trying to roll away, okay? Thank you very much.
Regardless of the festival atmosphere that was going around the ground, as you say there, Martin, this is Test match rugby. Elliot Daly there with his left foot.
Stay in the middle, please.
Ball goes in the middle of the field, allows Liam Williams to go out to the edge and put Wales on a good front foot ball.
Well, that went astray. Snaffled by Jamie George. On to Farrell. Here's Daly with a little bit of space.
Advantage.
Well, Tane Plumtree was through very swiftly, but illegally so.
Bit of ill discipline there
Diving on emerging ball.
by Tane Plumtree. Lovely go forward there by England through Elliot Daly. Plumtree wanting to slow the ball down, just break any of that momentum. But this allows Owen Farrell to get England 6-7 metres away from the try line.
You may well have heard the referee there saying that Plumtree dived on an emerging ball,
Yeah, keep this gap, please.
which is not allowed. It's a law that was clarified last year. Atoja.
It's out of the 15.
Plumtree again doing what he can to disrupt. Joe Marler.
Advantage offside.
Wales have come offside, so there is a penalty. England will look to try and make more of it. George Martin.
Right, no advantage. No advantage.
So we're going to return for the penalty.
Release him. Give him up.
And a very composed start by England, comparing against last week against Wales in the Principality. At 23 unforced errors, lost 5 lineouts, put themselves under so much pressure. Today, a lot more composed, applying the pressure on the Welsh defence, making them make the mistakes. Plumtree on the ill-discipline, wrong decision.
Owen.
Now Wales' defensive line coming offside. And Owen Farrell will be very happy with his team after 9-10 minutes.
Well, I don't think he was jumping across. I think right now
71% possession at the moment.
Once it's finished, there's no offside runs.
Those kicking stats not up to the usual Farrell standard. And some would say that despite his outstanding form at club level, that with Saracens, since the last World Cup, he's not had quite the same impact in white. So he again under scrutiny today, but that's one in the credit column. England open the scoring, 3 points to 0. We've been playing almost 10 minutes. Idris Elba looking on. Not the only celebrity fan here, Tinas.
Oh, great to see celebrities and high profile coming out to support international rugby at a festival Twickenham.
So Owen Williams kicks off. It's Billy Vunipola, the only specialist number 8 in England's World Cup squad, so he carries huge responsibility. Something of a calculated gamble. Steve Borthwick delighted with his form in training, but since he last played a competitive match, Billy Vunipola has had 2 knee surgeries.
Oh, the ball is there. Your player.
Just inside the England half. Tomkins, that was quick hands onto Lydiate. It looked suspiciously forward, but the referee has let it pass. That was Tomkins, himself the Saracen. Good counter-ruck there from England. Now the referee's blown his whistle. And he's come back for a knock-on.
Knock on the ground, yeah.
And just coming back to Billy Vunipola, Martin.
Knock on.
2 good carries from the restarts that he's fielded. But it is that question mark about his fitness. And Warren Gatland in the week having a little bit of a comment around his team's fitness last week
Time off, yes. Yes, time off.
against England, allowing him to move away in the second half. And certainly Billy Vunipola's fitness will be under scrutiny today.
The offside call was not in the
Do you
lineup.
read much into those comments from Warren Gatland about fitness and how he felt that Wales was superior last week, or is that just Warren Gatland being Warren Gatland?
Oh, the wonderful head game space. No, it's Warren Gatland provoking comments and responses from it. Is that psychological battle, trying to get under the skin of the opposition. Wales have always prided themselves in having one of the fittest squads. So any way to get doubt in the opposition, you got to go for it.
We saw Steve Borthwick there. He's cutting a rather sharp figure these days. The word from inside the camp is that Borthwick is trying to undo some of Eddie Jones' so-called culture of fear. He's even introduced something of a friends and family programme at Monday after training, which was the first day after the players had been told who was in and who was out. Apparently there were 120 friends and family assembled at pitchside after the training session. Came as something of a surprise, I think, to a lot of the players down at the Lensbury Hotel, just a few miles from here on the banks of the Thames. And after they finished training and had their shower, players, family and friends all had a barbecue out the back, just trying to cultivate that sense of team and togetherness.
And it's such an intense period of pressure coming up over the next 3 months for these players, and it's ensuring that everyone is in a good space with their families. They won't be seeing their family for that many days over the next coming 3 months. They'll be up in camp, up in France, preparing and playing in the World Cup. So ensuring that everyone is happy without any worries. Get the best out of them, best performance without any doubts or without any fears from off-field pressures.
Freddie Stewart just getting through one tackle. Little sniping run there from Van Poortvliet onto Jamie George. Farrell sees a gap, offloads there to Lawrence. Oh, and Van Poortvliet loses it, and it's Tommy Raffel. Raffel, the Leicester loose forward, who of course Borthwick knows so well. Adams, well, not quite a hospital pass, but there wasn't much that Adams could do, but Wales knew that they had an advantage there from the England knock-on.
Lovely little attack around the base by Jack Van Poortvliet, and then Owen Farrell heads up Rugby, coming around the corner, seeing that the Welsh defence was a little bit disjointed.
Yes.
And that final offload to Van Poortvliet, not sticking in his hands. But England,
Let's go, chap.
showing their enterprising rugby.
Good effort. Good effort. Well done. Good effort. Yes. Well done. Same, please. So initial cadences are good. We have a space and distance, all right?
England dominant through the opening quarter of an hour. They've dominated both possession.
They've had 21 carries. 21 carries, 122 metres. Wales, on the other hand, only 9 carries and 45 metres made.
Watch out for breakthrough, please. Crunch! Bind!
In fairness, thus far, it's not a similar story to last week. England led at half-time.
Ball is out.
Well, a bit scrappy, and through goes Earl. Oh, and it's Roberts back there, and in the end, it's Tompkins who saves the day.
Take it back, we have a look.
Thomas Williams not happy about something.
No, ball was out. Ball was clearly out.
I think Thomas Williams probably felt that he was held back, trying to get back.
That, so Brian, have a look. Yeah.
For a moment there,
Okay,
Vunipola on him, but Benno putting the pressure, applying the pressure. Just tapped it away.
Oh, that's fine. He's a scrum participant.
And then
Taken
dotted down.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, between them, it was the two midfielders, wasn't it? Roberts and Tompkins who saved the day for Wales. The captain tackling there and turning it over as well. Tame Plumtree with a hefty boot.
Oh, what a touch. Just showing his skill set there.
22, isn't it?
His selection, but the Wales squad hasn't been greeted throughout Wales with the enthusiasm that certainly has been felt within his family.
And always a difficult selection when you haven't really played any rugby locally, but he comes from great pedigree. Of course, son of John Plumtree, such an experienced coach around the world.
Penalty.
And Tane being born in Wales.
Penalty advantage here to Wales. Their first visit into the 22.
Free side.
Yes, it's important to point out that Tame Plumtree is actually born in Swansea. And the irony is that perhaps the most vocal
Number 3, side
of all the critics so far, Ross Moriarty, who, just for the record, wasn't born in Wales, plays his club rugby in France, and won a first world title for England.
Discipline here, lads.
Well, yeah, Tane Plumtree, born in Swansea. South African mother, New Zealand father.
And he has signed for Scarlet, so...
yeah, it'll be good to see him play in the URC post-Rugby World Cup.
Lake finds Rhys Davis. Now, testing this England defence.
Red down for me, red down.
According to the referee, that's been taken down by Wales. And England get the pudding.
Good offensive effort here by the England pack.
Red players on the ground.
Couple of unforced errors just sneaking in there. That came from a turnover. Freddie Stewart taking the ball in. Wales be very disappointed here. Deemed to have collapsed it themselves. Coming off their feet, not being able to keep them all alive.
Those pictures, by the way, from the ref cam.
Same as you. Both of you went in. You straight. Stay out. You follow your head.
And Wales have scored the second most maul tries so far this year, and they'll be very disappointed not being able to convert anything more than a turnover.
That victory for Wales last week, ending a sequence of 4 straight defeats at the Principality. Not for the first time today.
Too early, overleaning there.
Early engagement. Gareth Thomas being singled out, I think.
Yeah, that is a timing issue, that's just discipline. But too eager to get involved. Giving England an easy out.
Quickly taken. Liam Williams on here to Tompkins. That was Roberts taking the contact.
No, he's moving the player.
Wales just inside their own half. Here's Owen Williams. Carry forward from Rhys Davis. Getting his first start for Wales, Rhys Davis. Gareth Thomas. Thomas Francis loses it in the contact. Here's Elliot Daly, throws it back to Farrell. Farrell considers the options, goes himself.
Tackle, release. No hands. Hang on. No advantage. Hey, his juggler is good. Good juggling. Go back for advantage.
There's Tommy Raffel,
Yeah.
the Leicester Tiger, playing against club mates here.
No advantage, always under pressure, scrum England. Yeah.
We can do it fine on air ball, sir.
I'll have a look. Yeah, I'll have a look. Oh, stay here.
An interesting selection. So versatile, Elliot Daly, of course.
Come on, Mass. Come on, Mass.
Question for me is Freddie Stewart. He started in every test so far on the Steve Borthwick.
Stay flat. Both of you. Stay flat.
I wonder when someone's going to get an opportunity to get a bit of experience at fullback. He's more than adequately filled that spot. He's really cemented himself in there. But you've got to feel you have to have a bit of a backup if anything does happen to him, who will be stepping up and putting into the fullback position for England.
Do you think Elliot Daly has been something of a victim of his own versatility?
Hold the pressure, lads. Hold.
Wing, centre, fullback.
Good effort. Hold up.
Yeah, but Martin, for the World Cup, you need those players. You've got a limited squad. You've got to have the ability to have players that can play in multiple positions. And Elliot Daly certainly can do that.
Well, the ball cleared as if it was lost forward.
Yeah, okay.
And that is why the whistle has been blown.
I thought you were telling a break.
Roberts did nicely to recover, despite the attentions of Jack van Poortvliet. Again, a little bit scrappy from England. Ollie Lawrence that time, losing it in the contact.
Yeah, I thought so, but it was clear, no corner.
An area of concern for the England team. Richard Wigglesworth there, backs and skills. And this is not a system error. This is a matter of controlling the ball, dealing with the pressure.
Lads, let's go. There's no time
rather than not playing the system.
Oh, he's all right. Here's a mark. Really good effort.
Just a bit untidy there.
Really good effort. Well
Tompkins
done.
with the hit. But Lawrence has got to control the ball here, going down to the floor.
Yeah, but those good contacts, that's a good contest, yeah. Right, go. We can do it, let's go.
Of course, Nick Tompkins also playing along or against a lot of his teammates for Saracens. You'll know a lot of these English players because he plays in the Premiership.
One for the Wales scrum.
Down.
I don't know how well it's been communicated to you at home, but they've certainly turned up the volume from the musicians here at Twickenham this afternoon. I think it's probably fair to say that that's happening in the absence of much English percussion on the pitch. There's a famous Wales prop, Adam Jones, whose day job these days is across the Chertsey Road, which runs at the south end of Twickenham, one of the coaching staff at Harlequins.
Yeah, will you please?
Just slowly, the pendulum is starting to swing into Wales's favour. They're up now to 42% possession. Slowly getting their ball, hands on the ball a lot more, in more favourable positions.
Well, for a second time, Dowie Lake misses his man by some margin.
The last one. Don't hold him, don't hold him, don't hold him.
Well, it's rather error-strewn, isn't it?
Not what you want when you've just turned over a line-out. Out on the full by Jack van Poortvliet.
Don't hold him, okay, don't hold him. Don't hold him in the ruck.
Gives Wales a second opportunity.
Yeah, but... Yeah, I know, but it's a finish.
Yes, Wales do have options at hooker. Ryan Elias started last week, although he left early with a hamstring strain. He was replaced by Elliot D. That was rather better to Adam Beer. There's Owen Williams on to Tompkins. Oh, and Plumtree. All fingers and thumbs with that one.
Roll away.
And the error compounded.
Roll away. 8. Tackle.
A shake of the head. He knows.
Justifying Plumtree's selection, Warren Gatland, said that well, he's a 6'5" back row forward, and we don't have many of those in Wales, so included at the expense of the likes of Thomas Young, Morgan Morris. Atoji, 2 hands down to Van Poortvliet. There goes Ollie Lawrence. Vunipola getting little change out of that Wales defence. There's Earl, pops it up to Courtney Laws. Oh, and then it's lost forward.
No, hang on. You knocked it
Well,
out.
clearly, I think there was a bit of a miscommunication between one or two England players there.
No,
Left in the
quite
end for
clear
Ollie
there's
Lawrence, who
knocked on
didn't have
after
much
as well.
chance
So
of grabbing
two
that.
knock on, nothing else. Your scrum.
And Farrell,
Time off,
communication there. I think Owen Farrell wanted the ball. Pass didn't quite go to Ollie Lawrence. Shake of the head, bit of a breakdown of communications. England seems to be playing quite narrow. Off the 9 for the moment. Vunipola there coming on a storming run, but dealt with very well by the Welsh defence.
Dowie Lake at the moment, can't see him there, but he's getting some treatment. There he is, the Wales captain, earning his 9th cap today. Consider that Wales' 2 outstanding players, or most outstanding players from last week. Jack Morgan, the captain, Aaron Wainwright, his back row partner, both not involved at all today.
Wholesale changes by Warren Gatland, giving all of his squad an opportunity to get some experience. Just looking some of those stats coming through for the game. England now on 31 carries, 193 metres made, compared to 16 carries for Wales and only 74 metres made. But the crucial bit is 5 handling errors for England and 4 for Wales. You have to take your opportunities when you are there. Keep piling the pressure on so that the defensive line can make a mistake and you can get that break. And that's not going to happen if you keep making handling errors.
The last thing that the Wales captain wants to do is to leave the pitch, but I must say it's not looking good with Sam Parry stripped off and ready to go. And Dowie Lake is being replaced. You do have to feel for him.
Very disappointing. 26 minutes into your opportunity. At least he's walking off himself. Albeit very gingerly. And just over that ball, hands were on the floor. And some of those England players might have gone down on his leg.
Yeah, it looks like a knee, doesn't it? Adam Beard has assumed the leadership role. So he is the new Wales captain. Thomas Williams back to Owen Williams. Here's Arundel.
Wide hold, hold.
Owen Williams gets another crack.
Red, hold, red. He's okay, no. Play around 5 meters.
That's very high indeed from Stewart. Oh, brilliantly taken by Thomas Williams.
No tackler. Ball is there.
Dare I say, that was taken with all the aplomb of Stewart. Rafael presents it.
Hold in front, everyone.
Williams takes to the skies again. That's for Rogers to get after. Well taken by Elliot Daly. And the steps as well onto his Saracens teammate, Jamie George. Here's Van Poortvliet. There's another Saracen, Ben Earl. Remember, his first start for England. And that's on Liam Williams, and it really had just a bit too much depth on it.
Play on.
When you consider just how little rugby that Liam Williams has played in the last 3 or 4 seasons, he does look very comfortable indeed on the strength of the opening 28 minutes or so.
And use it now.
It is remarkable, but Williams has played just 13 times in club rugby in the last 4 seasons. Here's Ollie Lawrence. That's Stewart on there from Marchant. Not even through the fingers, he slapped it on there to Elliot Daly, and it came a bit too hard and fast.
Could see what he wanted to do. Elliot Daly there in space. Well, Stewart coming around the corner. Quick hands there. And Daly would have been
just go a little bit here. Okay.
Into a little bit of space, being able to step inside.
Yeah, it's not. You can take
the
it
cross-cover defence there.
Right, so tell me, Captain,
once again,
right
handling error by England.
Need a captain there.
Dare I suggest it was forward anyway.
Scrum. Scrum. Okay, scrum call that. Forward. Yeah, scrum.
And according to the numbers, England's 5th handling error. There it is.
So you captain now.
Nice on the knee.
That's scrum.
That's
Very
not
good.
too serious.
Same place. Good competition there.
The fact that he was able to walk off and take the weight on his knee. They are serious injuries that can happen on the knee and can put you out, especially so close to the Rugby World Cup.
The news from the Wales camp is that Felipe Faletau, who's still struggling with a calf injury, and Gareth Anscombe, who's bumped a thumb, they won't be fit to play next week either, which is their final preparation game before Warren Gatland announces his World Cup squad.
Hold, England, hold.
Another high bomb from Freddie Stewart. Acrobatically taken by Owen Williams. There's Thomas Williams. Rhys Davies there bending his back. Back to Liam Williams. Plumtree was underneath it, but it comes out to Joe Marchant. Marchant, who was one of the plus points for England last week in that very disappointing display. Here's Will Stewart. Jack Van Poortvliet, you can see there at the bottom of the picture, he's down looking in some discomfort.
Stay in front of
Farrell sees a bit of space. Cross comes Liam Williams, calls the mark, and that's a penalty. Henry Arundel is shown a yellow card.
No, absolutely.
Not 10, cynical.
Harry Arundel did so well to put pressure on.
No.
Liam Williams with the clean take.
Well, I don't know why the crowd are booing. They need to read the laws.
You know, that was cynical play. Good positioning there. Wanting to take the ball quickly. He's got to retreat. A cynical play there. And still the concern for Jack Van Poortvliet.
Well, there was plenty of vim and vigour through the opening 10 minutes or so from England, but the last 20 minutes has gone very flat indeed. That's where Jack Van Poortvliet hurt himself. Just a trip with Joe Marchant, which may well have turned his ankle.
Looked like he stepped onto Joe Marchant's foot.
And I must say, this looks very concerning for England. Ben Youngs, one Leicester man poised to replace another. George Martin, the Tigers teammate, and Joe Marchant, who was the other half of the accidental clash. Disconsoling Van Portvliet, but that doesn't look good. Steve Borthwick, he also bound to be very worried about this.
Cap Ben Youngson,
cynical.
Perfect replacement. Also Danny Kerr involved in the squad. So two very accomplished, experienced nines that can take charge.
On you.
Another scrum half there, Richard Wigglesworth.
More. Don't collapse it.
Well, Wales may have yet to trouble the scorers, so to speak, but they appear to be warming to their task. Thomas Williams. There goes Nick Tompkins trying to find a gap. Owen Williams, remember England are a man down. Liam Williams, chance out wide there. Run for Tom Rogers, operating on the right wing.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage to Wales here. There goes Rafael. He presents the ball.
Give the mark, Racy.
That was Rogers again. Adam Beard, now the captain. Here's Tompkins. On there to the new man, that's Roberts. Liam Williams looking for something, but the ball goes forward. We'll come back for the penalty.
A few opportunities Wales have got so far. They have shown
13
enterprising play. With the man down, work the ball out wide to young Tom Rogers. There we go, the final pass into a bit of space. But the English defence does really well to come across.
Time is off, player down, scrum player. Yeah, time is off. We wait for him.
That space opening up in the wide edges. Will be a bit concerning for Steve Borthwick and his coaching team.
So Wales with a golden opportunity here. The catch there from Rhys Davis.
One stop, 9, one stop.
Well, they're starting to get the choreography right here at Wales. Well, not for the first time. England have defended that superbly.
Great defence by England. Benno there was able to get himself in between the Welsh players. Once it splintered off to the left. And then Wales collapsing, the maul going forward.
Time is off.
3 turnovers, 1. Takes away any momentum for the attacking side, and England will be very happy with that performance.
No time.
Gareth Thomas there, just getting a bit of attention to his elbow. Looked like he pulled out of the maul. Something happened in there. And the two Hills having a bit of a conversation on the sideline.
Yes, Tommy Hill staying with the squad this week, despite the fact he hasn't been selected for the World Cup squad. Stripping off, now he's putting the tracksuit top back on.
You feel for a guy like Johnny Hill, being told you're not going to be part of the Rugby World Cup squad, but then asked in that same week to still play one of the final warm-up matches for the World Cup.
Well, we've already seen just how fickle the fortunes are, though. 8 when squads have been announced. Jack Van Portfleet. That looks a very nasty injury indeed. And of course, on the Wales side, who have yet to announce their squad, they shall wait until 24 hours before the deadline.
All right, up. Okay, to me, please. Both backs, both backs, both backs. All right. Come here, come here. We did a couple of scrums really well.
England having Ireland away.
Now we are not disciplined.
Next week.
We're angling up. We
playing Fiji.
Destabilized after the hit. So make sure you control the way.
Very physical matches still coming up.
Next, getting a penalty.
Joe Marler there. It's been a long time since he started a test match for England. 3.5 years. Making his first appearance here in white since March 2022. But the last time he started was here against Wales. Now that proved to be, you might remember this, the last weekend of rugby before the first lockdown. Scotland played France the following day at Murrayfield, and that was it for competitive rugby until the end of the first lockdown. Well, it was all rather a mess, but the referee finding in favour of England.
No, for me, this side went in and then around. For my side.
Referee Nika Kelly feeling that the Welsh front row went in from the side. Thomas Francis and then wheeled it around.
On my side. Yeah, that's fine.
Speaking about the Joe Marler and on the loose head. Good, solid initial hit by England. Good offensive scrum.
3.5 minutes to go to half-time.
Move. Stop. One stop. Line out finish.
There's Earl. Dan Lydiot with 1 or 2 mates making the tackle.
Last switch.
England were looking for a bit of power and pace and
now use
a step up on last week. In all honesty, we have yet to see it. Encouraging start, some early touches from Owen Farrell. But since then, things have fallen rather flat.
Play on for me. Play. Is it?
Well, Thomas Williams sniping down the blind side, but England have come offside, so there is a penalty to the men in red.
Play on, ball exposed, play on. Holding.
Well, I rather thought he was playing an advantage to Wales there.
Is that me? Bro, it's not Super Rugby now, son.
No.
It appears not. Courtney Laws now has taken a bag.
Holding on.
And that is concerning.
2 people here, so I'm going to wait for him.
Time is off.
There's the arm out for the advantage. The referee.
No, he was on
Can you understand that?
No, I don't understand that, Martin. And then it says it's over. But Ibunupola coming in there, getting his hands on the ball, not being moved. But clearly the arm was up for the advantage for Wales.
Okay, good to go. Holding on.
Of course, all the Welsh players were off their feet. Ibunupola can go for the ball to turn it over.
Very nice kick there from a tight angle. Final chance in the first half for England to create something. If they do so, they'll do it with 1 man in the sin bin.
Move.
Courtney Laws, good to see him back in one piece. It's there with Jamie George.
Advantage, collapsing red.
The more collapsed by Wales, so there is a penalty advantage. Marchant on there to Farrell.
Backward play on.
Referee says that ball went backwards.
Good Jacqueline. Go back for advantage there, collapsing white. Number 5 there.
And Adam Beard being called there for collapsing the
Number
maul.
5, hand on the floor, collapsing.
Putting his hand down. Carry that weight. And that is deemed as collapsing.
Discipline. Discipline here, right? Discipline.
Well, Owen Farrell, I think, mindful of the fact that this England team has scored just 2 tries in the last 3 test matches. At the same time, they've conceded 13.
Now, right?
George finds Laws.
Advantage, Ellie.
Another advantage to England. It's there with Ben Earl, it's now with Youngs. Ollie Lawrence. Another pick up and drive, England to within 6 metres. There's Courtney Laws.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, there's barely a gap between those red Wales jerseys. Tackle off the ball there from Thomas Francis, in from Farrell. There goes Lawrence. Stewart tries to break down the barn door. Farrell, that was neat. On to Stewart.
Going back for advantage. Time is off. Yeah. It was number 3, the second.
And the second infringement at the maul for Wales, so the referee's going to have a word here.
It's a 2 penalties, 1 the line out, 1 here off the ball. Next one.
What's wrong with the line out, sorry?
It was early drive, and 1 tackle off the ball. Next one into the bin.
So that penalty is surely something for,
A clear warning
Next
there.
one into the bin.
Repeated
Okay,
infringements
you got
here.
choice. 1 there, 1 here.
Next one. The player will go in the
15.
in the bin.
Sir,
Shot call.
can you give me a full minute, please, so I can use it for our Simba?
Oh, that's an interesting
Oh,
call for me.
yeah.
You've just had a warning from the referee for the opposition.
Well, of course.
Thank you. What they answer?
Repeated infringements. Potentially you can go in the bin.
Well, a little bit of booing and jeering from the crowd. I guess that illustrates some of the frustration there is around England rugby, but I think any aficionado would say, look, they're a man down, they've got a penalty run in front of the post. It is a test match, chance to double your lead. And Owen Farrell, I think, probably making the call there that he would make in the World Cup.
This time.
So Farrell, a second penalty for him. A smile, the half-time whistle. The music blaring around Twickenham. And I must say at the moment, for both sides, perhaps not too much to get too excited about. England leading at Twickenham by 6 points to 0.
Dominant carries, they've almost made double the meters Wales have made. But it's about kicking the balls away 20 times. It just broke their momentum.
So 2 penalties from Owen Farrell. They're the difference between the sides. Henry Arundel is back with us, so I suppose that is the only change we have from when the players left the pitch going into half-time, the end of his sin bin period, but no personnel changes. There's Farrell. Carry there for Freddie Stewart. Bell trying to get over the ball, and it's an advantage.
No, hands on the ground.
Wales hands getting on the ground, and there's going to be a warning now, perhaps
penalties,
even more.
hands on the ground,
It is, it's a yellow card.
Warning was gone at the end of the first half.
And it's Ravel who leaves us.
Hands on the ground first and off the ball. Too many penalties. Shot
Too
call.
many penalties. And it's really in the lead up before half-time, when England was camped on the Wales try line. Now being sent off. He's in there with the tackle, but then the hands on the floor first, on the grass first, before he goes to the ball. In an attempt to turn over and slow the ball down. But after 1 minute, Wales are down to 14.
Owen Farrell has called for the kicking tee. Once again, it is what you would do in a test match, certainly at the World Cup. With England, though, you have to say there is a bigger picture at the moment. Recent times have not been ones to celebrate for English rugby. Remember the atmosphere in this stadium after they were beaten by South Africa, in fact before the end of that match. Well, it's a third success from Farrell, greeted with applause. England have significant daylight, and I'd suggest, as they now have 10 minutes, or the best part of, to really take command of this contest.
Yeah, and this is where Warren Gatland's comment about the fitness is really going to set in. Psychologically, they've scored the first points now, so they are up against Wales. Another easy 3 points, 9 points the difference now. The pressure on Wales now with one man in the bin.
Backwards by Red.
It's a great restart. Thomas Williams, there's Owen Williams. On here to Roberts. There's the replacement hooker, that's Sam Parry, the Osprey, and ball left behind. Chance to break away for Lawrence, but
Right, no advantage.
Lawrence throws it away. Referee decides there is no advantage from that knock-on. A couple of times today, the fingers of Tame Plumtree have caught him out a little. You wonder sometimes our players just trying a little bit too hard.
Of course, a lot of pressure. Unlike a lot of the other Tier 1 nations, Warren Gatland hasn't named his Rugby World Cup squad yet.
Don't overload, all right? Don't overload. Listening?
The pressure certainly is on. That little outside step there.
Shoot, come on!
You have to say the tackle there looked a bit high, didn't it?
It looks like it was a bit high around the shoulders. He was slightly dipping down. The initial contact was high over the shoulders.
Set! Hold!
The scrum wheeling around, and that time it goes against England.
Here.
Thomas Williams looking to get on with it.
Swinging around.
Oh, that's a big
Swinging
call.
around. Swinging.
7 Welsh forwards getting the job done.
Tight steps. Shot.
Adam Beard,
Shot call.
the standing
Scrum going
captain,
sideways in the
following the
backcourt.
departure of Dowie Lake, saying, right, let's take the 3. We're down to 14. Let's narrow the deficit, get within a converted try.
I've seen better ones. No, look, engagement is okay. Make sure you just stay stable.
Yes, okay, yeah.
And a good call here by Wales to potentially get the 3 points back.
You see the shot clock there. Down to 15 seconds for Owen Williams. Little kiss off the right upright.
The side steps. On my side. That was my side. My side.
9 points to 3. Alex King, you can see there on the left-hand side of the screen. Plumtree not getting to that. It's gone into the hands of Joe Marchant. Marchant desperate to keep the ball alive, but it went into touch.
Good chase work here by the England chasers. Joe Marchant getting up in the air and getting the second touch.
2 players from each team for the line out, so we go again. Formal line out. No quick throw. Down first.
The pressure piling on.
Wait.
10 Plumtree.
A little bit back, please. Yeah. On you. Thanks.
Huge moment this for Sam Parry. Knows he has to get this absolutely right.
Step back. Yeah.
Shortened line out. Oh, Courtney Laws was in there with a big right paw. Vunipola. Thomas Williams putting his shoulder to
Ball
it.
is out. Yeah,
The ball's out, says the referee.
Ball is out. No, white away, white.
And Wales have claimed it, and it's a penalty.
Playing the ball on the ground.
Well, it's now Tame Plumtree who appears to have hurt himself.
Turnover was good. On the ground.
Well, it was an impressive line out from England. Fantastic still, but they made rather a Horlicks of it afterwards.
10.
Plumtree still down, getting some treatment.
No, let's go.
He wanted more out of that line-out turnover, Martin. And then Seeing Ruck.
Yep.
All gone down on their feet, deemed to hold on to the ball. But a poor return for some great work done in the line-out by Courtney Laws.
All right, Sabi. Yeah, no need to.
Well, Tame Plumtree is now leaving us. Basham is on as his replacement. There's Tompkins flinging it back, picked up by Gareth Thomas. There's Basham.
Tackle.
Basham was for a period a regular first choice in the back row. Has an opportunity here to try and seal his place in that World Cup squad. So many alternatives for Warren Gatland in the back row. There's Owen Williams, on to Liam Williams. Liam Williams, who's quietly been impressive today, but it's turned over by England. Here's Maro Itoje.
Tackle away.
Time running out on that sin bin period. There's Farrell, on to Elliot Daly, no way through. Big tackle coming in midfield there from Wales. On here to George Martin. Lawrence. There's Farrell, and Farrell just loses it forward in the pass.
Okay.
Promising moment there for England. Owen Farrell knows it. 2-on-1 on the outside. Open space there.
Right, knock on.
Ball behind. And the 2 men on the overside. On the overlap.
Bring this up, please.
Oh, just looks like the ball hit his hip when he reloaded for the pass.
So wholesale changes here. Wales bringing on 2 new props. Kemsley Mathias wearing 17, the Scarlet, will make his Test debut. Dylan Lewis, former Cardiff player who is now set to play his club rugby across the road with Adam Jones at Harlequins. Also coming on there is Chris Schunzer. And Dan Bigger has replaced that man. So change at fly half. So Owen Williams goes off. Schunzer replacing Davis. And Schunzer moving into the second row. So he's the sort of player who I think Warren Gatland has identified as one who has versatility, can operate on the blindside flank in the back row or in the second row. And when you're looking for a 33-man World Cup squad, and the inevitable injuries, perhaps even suspensions.
Don't overload on the bind.
Players with that ability to play in a number of positions, so important, so vital. Bennell getting a new shirt.
Don't overload on the bind, please. Stay on your spot, okay? And don't angle up.
Yeah, very vital. You have those utility forwards and backs in your World Cup squad.
Time back on, Marcus here.
Just the ability to step in.
Work on the break foot, don't take all the way back.
In those games, in those pool games where the pressure is a little bit less.
Bennell, as you can see, now numberless.
Crouch! Bind!
By the way, an update on the well-being of Jack van Poortvliet. We don't know any precise details about the injury, but he is wearing one of those big moon boots. It does look rather like an ankle.
Don't roll the shoulder, proper bind up. Same, don't roll the shoulder, proper bind up, and stay up.
Thus far, you'd have to say it's been a hard watch for Warren Gatland. And he's not alone.
Stay flat, stay flat.
With all those changes made,
Crouch!
we're not expecting a lot of fluency from last week's game. It's about these guys taking the opportunities.
Hold up!
It's been a little bit few on the pitch for Wales so far.
Oh, Wales getting the scrum penalty.
Lost the bind, number 3. 3 losing the bind.
Old Stewart there, being deemed to lose the binds.
So the 10 minutes is almost up. Tommy Rafael will be coming on in a couple of moments' time, but the touch miss from the penalty. Just another one to add to the error count.
Wales, hold in front, hold.
Bigger hoist set. Stewart has called for it. As almost always, imperious in the air, the Leicester fullback. Now there's a chance.
Tackle!
Well, numberless in every respect there, Bennell finding himself in the midfield. That was a Itoje. Change of direction, Farrell. Here's Earl. No number on his back. That time it might as well have been 11. That was Daly at first receiver. England trying to up the tempo. Youngs. Farrell again. Looks for the spiral bomb. Well, it's spiralling, but it's not spiraling in the right direction.
Backwards. No, backwards all the way.
Did go backwards, says the
Backwards,
referee.
Leon.
So England will get another bite at this cherry. There's Marler. One final phase for Wales with only 14 men on the pitch. There goes Lawrence. Lawrence is through the gap. Perhaps the first significant break of the match by an England back. Here's Farrell. Farrell holds it up for Daly. Important tackle coming in from Roberts. There goes Courtney Laws. It's been clunky so far from England, but just a suggestion they're moving through a couple of gears. Youngs, Itoje. Penalty to Wales.
No, first man. First man.
Liam Williams getting his hands on the ball.
Player isolated.
But as you said there, Martin, some ominous signs there. A couple of tip-on balls.
I don't mind a quick tap, but Mark is there.
For the forwards, from the forwards, getting ahead, just allowing the space for Ollie Lawrence to come through. Elliot Daly working off his wing
22.
to be a second receiver, playmaker.
Holding on.
But unfortunately, all that momentum broke down at the contest for possession. Liam Williams getting the penalty for Wales and allows them to relieve a bit of pressure. This time, Dan Bigger kicks it out.
Time is off. Number 1 wide, change.
Well, Tommy Ravel is on, so Wales are back to 15. A landmark for Ellis Genge. There he is, 50th cap. Line out goes against Wales. Vunipola pops it up here to Ben Earl. Been quite a bright spark for England today. Haven't been that many. Floated over to Elliot Daly. Daly kicks it ahead. That should be comfortable for Liam Williams. Well, was that tackle a little bit high on Williams? He certainly thought so.
Take it on the chest, not on the neck. Not on the neck.
There's Rafael back from his 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Wales have been guilty of not doing some of their basics right today. Crucial they do it this time.
No.
Dan Bigger standing back inside the in-goal area. Will Williams take it himself? He does. Stewart underneath it. Leicester man on Leicester man, but Rafael missed the fullback. There's Farrell. Genge into the action. Farrell again, pops it up quickly to Earl, who certainly is playing like a numberless player. That dive, he was on the shoulder of the centre. Then, oh, well, the ball went forward initially. Ellis Genge doesn't like it, but he's going to have to live with it.
Such an explosive ball carrier and runner with the ball. Ellis Genge. Unfortunate there.
Straight away, that's fine, but if you take it worse,
Ball just deemed to go forward. Unfortunately, that handling error is still up there for England, although they dominate the carries. But certainly the momentum is going England's way. They're looking a little bit more confident in the carries.
Engagement is okay. Don't overload, same.
A bit more explosive. Elliot Daly working hard to offer himself as an option, coming off the wing.
What has become something of a traditional Twickenham anthem, ringing around the old stadium. But the reality is, England have now gone 3 3/4 test matches, having scored just 2 tries.
Okay, hang on. Okay, I'll speak. I'm coming. No, hang on. Time is off.
They're trying to up the tempo, but unfortunately the errors are still undermining them.
We didn't resolve the scrum issues, okay? It's
Just a crucial moment, that momentum breaks down, but it's been a very promising display on the England attack.
We get a yellow card. Is that fair?
Like the variation, the little tip-on passes by the forwards, just attacking that channel slightly wider.
White is off.
And then the correct decisions to go out to the back division. Here's a change.
Well, a few more caps coming on now. Will Stewart, 27 caps. Dan Cole now 101. And consider, in this 23, England have 1,067 caps. There has never been a more experienced England 23.
So we overload on the bind, you angle up, stay flat, all the way through.
The reality is, though, as we look there at Tom Willis looking on, who started last week, left out of the squad, watching on. His brother, he hopes, will be coming on at some point. What I was going to say is, it may well be 1,067 caps, but at the moment, it amounts to just 3 penalties. But England do lead, 9 points to 3. 23 minutes to go. Better scrum taken on there by Basham. Basham looks for the offload. He finds Rafael. There's Williams. The carry forward that time from Tom Rogers. Oh, Basham fumbles it.
Oh, he's frustrated. You can see that. He's added so much explosiveness with his carries since coming on and replacing Plumtree.
Don't roll the shoulder in,
Unfortunate
all
there,
right? Just
not being able to take it. But that explosiveness, that speed off the base,
stop 14 white. Change.
just causing a bit of concern there for the English defence.
So George Ford is coming on, and he's replacing Henry Arundel. So there is going to be a rejig here. Rather suspect that Farrell will move to the 12 channel. Lawrence, and in fact, certainly as things stand at the moment, Farrell's moving out to the 13 channel. Marchant will move on to the wing, which is where he started a bit in recent times for England.
He's now testing different combinations. Certainly England losing a lot of pace now with Arundel coming off.
Number 1 to me, please. Number 1.
Well, there's going to be a warning here to Ellis Genge, I think.
Overleaning and on the knee. Overleaning and on the knee. Warning goes down. 17, not 1. No, white. Yes. Thank you.
Very decisive there by the referee. Yellow card.
Well, there's no messing about, is there, from Nika Amashukeli?
Yeah, overleaning, hinging around the hips. His legs were a little bit far behind in terms of the placement.
Wales have made another change. Kieran Williams is on to make his Test debut. He replaces Nick Tompkins. Kieran Williams, who was a revelation for the Ospreys last season. Catch from Beard, the line out working far better for Wales now. Can they make it count here? The ball in possession of Sam Parry. There's Williams. Thomas Williams goes himself. 2 metres out, the men in red. Basham this time with the help of his couple of his mates. Just 1.5 metres to go for Wales. Desperate defence from England. Matthias that time. It's there for Wales once more. Rafael goes! George Martin. A Leicester Tiger denies another. Thomas Williams feeds it out. Bigger with a cross kick. There's a spare man out there. Oh, he's caught, but he's been taken in the air by Freddie Stewart, and Liam Williams has got the try.
And can also be a case here for a penalty try. Martin. Great, clean take in the air and then tackled. Let's listen to the referee.
I see your flag.
Stick it in the air. Yeah, stick it in the air. At least it's a yellow card from me, I guess.
Brian, you hear us? All right, let's have a look. The proximity to a goal line, please, as well. Wider look, please.
Just about everything is in the mix here.
And would it have been scored in a more advantageous position? If not, we stick with the try.
Brian, before we see a tackle, can we clarify if the tackle was scored actually after that action? Yeah.
And it's Freddie Stewart on Josh Adams.
Clear in the air. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for me it's clear in the air. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Brian, so we got a decision here. We just need to check if try was actually scored after or not. For me, yeah. Because if it's try scored, you have to give a try, but for us it's a clear yellow card. Yeah, in more advantageous place,
Looks like it's going to be a try and a yellow card.
And Liam Williams with the quick reactions
the
there.
try scored, actually.
didn't stop the play,
Okay.
picked up the ball,
Yeah,
drove over.
So he lost the ball at that time. Now the front, yeah.
Freddie Stewart there. Lost the ball in the tackle.
Yeah.
Over the line.
I don't think this is right, so I'm going to explain. Get a 15, please. So what's happened is you've clearly taken him in the air. Yeah. So it's a probable try will have his score. If not, that's a full play and a penalty try against yourself, all right? It's a yellow card. Yeah. Goes for field review as well, yeah.
So it's a penalty try. And Wales move in front. And England down to 14.
Yeah, it's the offence committed in the act of scoring a try, preventing the try.
Well, I say down to 14, it's down to 13.
Yeah, 13 with Ellis Genge also on the bench. So 15 play 13. There they are, watching from the side.
But it's hard to imagine after an hour how today could have got any worse for England. Jack van Poortvliet injured. They're trailing Wales, and they have two men in the sin bin. What an opportunity this is for Wales to clinch the contest. What a catch that was from Tom Rogers. Another player who's quietly had a very good game for the men in red. Here's Kieran Williams.
Not held.
Wasn't held, says the referee. Williams on there to Beggar. That's Joe Roberts. What a test this is for the men in white. Rafael. Bigger. There goes Dan Lydiard. How good to see him back playing Test rugby at the age of 35.
Stay.
Bigger takes to the air. George Ford is under it, as is Elliot Daly. That was splendid, as was the offload. That's Marchant. Well, England are going to have to survive 13 minutes with just 13 men on the pitch. And then there'll be a shorter period after that with 14. Ford.
Hold back, hold.
Yeah, and wisely George Ford decides to kick the ball off the pitch, just slow it all down. You could see what Liam Williams wanted to do. Keep the ball in play.
Yeah, that's fine.
Put pressure on England with only 13 players.
Time is off. Number 8 white sub. 8.
Well, we saw Tom Willis a few moments ago. His brother is about to come on. Wearing 20, Jack Willis, here he is. He will replace Billy Vunipola. Well, it's Vunipola's first match since April. Remember, he's had those 2 operations on the knee. Probably fair to say, and he's not alone in this respect, hasn't had the impact that Steve Borthwick would have liked.
Time, it's okay, stay there. Time back on. Watch your hand.
There's brother Tom again. Sam Parry. Well, not for the first time. That Wales line-out has been something of a mess. Itoje carries forward. A test of many things, this, for England. Character, their ability to survive out there with 30 men, and look at them here. In possession. Farrell threads it through. That's a good kick. Back goes Williams. Williams will look to counter-attack. Important tackle, well taken by Shunza. That was a great offload to Basham. Basham with the dummy. Here's Thomas Williams. Liam Williams has taken a knock on the hip. He's still down. There's Josh Adams. Kieran Williams now. The inside ball. Parry goes running. Look at this. Well, that's turned over by England. Elliot Daly saving the day.
Oh, great work by Elliot Daly there. Wales doing all the playing work. This is
knock on the ground.
Classical Liam Williams. Lovely inside step, beating Elliot Daly, and then setting up the counter-attack. Lovely offload. And off they go. Tane Basham has got his hand on the ball multiple times.
Time off. I think the subs are coming.
Unfortunately, I think the play just before that, they should have gone wide instead of hitting up the forward. The space was there on the wide side.
Official TMO check. Okay.
And then too slow to come and support the ball and protect the ball.
Well, there's something here. We've got a television match official call. Let's see. Focus on what they're looking at.
Waiting for you.
It's Brian McNeice who's been called into action again.
White number. Can you give us the number, please? All right.
Well, it's that. And it's Owen Farrell.
Owen Farrell. High. No arms. Is there contact with the head?
All right, Brian, so we got this. Oh, hang on.
Well, if we focus here and consider the context of what is happening next month, this is certainly the biggest moment of the last few weeks for England rugby. The captain in the dock. What will be the judgment?
It's not the first time he's tackled technique. Has caught the attention and response and feedback.
No. Brian, what we are seeing is a clear head contact, yeah? All right. Finish. Finish. Okay. Brian, it's a yellow card and off-field review. And give me the place of the infringement, please.
Well, this may well bring
10,
into action the bunker, the foul play review officer. So let's see.
It's a clear high tackle. Okay. So that's a minimum of a yellow card and goes for off-field review, right?
So there is the indication. It has been passed on to the foul play review officer, who will now have 8 minutes to decide if this meets the red card threshold.
I need someone to be a captain now.
So the yellow card could yet be upgraded to a red.
Get him.
Farrell and Bigger exchanging words. The referee says it's direct head contact. But I said a few moments ago, things couldn't be any worse for England. We've just learned now they could be.
Yes, Martin.
I'm gonna
13 becomes 12.
So we had a yellow card here, right?
And it's now the
After
potential red card being reviewed.
Now, we don't
New
know.
bunker system, of
But
course,
now,
trying to speed up the game.
To control your players.
Keep the flow of the game. Owen Farrell now has to wait
Control your players. Thank you very much.
agonizingly to see what is going to be the outcome under review.
High tackle. Yeah. Goes for HIA, yeah.
Well, we saw the three Englishmen there sat alongside one another. England down to 12, but that's not the greatest story.
As you said, Martin, huge impact. If Owen Farrell would be sanctioned more than a yellow card, pulled up to the Rugby World Cup. Huge moment here for England rugby.
Well, it slipped through the fingers of Wales. Well, you have to say Wales themselves have not been clinical at the moments when they have to be. They're playing against 12 men here, and Warren Gatland will expect them to take advantage. Bigger.
Has not been functioning at all, Martin.
Through goes Roberts. Thomas Williams on his right. There goes Thomas Williams. They're lining up, and Williams will get the try. England's preparations for this World Cup are in tatters.
Well, it just shows you don't have to win your lineouts if you have 3 men over. Massive overlap. Lovely outside break there by Joe Roberts, and then playing the ball back inside to Thomas Williams. Bigger there with the awareness to see that the opportunity is there. Ollie Lawrence not tracking his man. And then it is like touch rugby. Play the spaces, play the inside ball, running the support line. What a comeback by Wales. And the question Warren Gatland did ask in this comment he made: are they fitter than England?
Well, it's quite a comeback, but it has been aided and abetted by England, and Dan Biggar twists the knife. The lead is now 8. It's more than a converted try. And Joe Roberts coasting through the space. And Thomas Williams enjoying every moment of it.
Great line run there by Joe Roberts, just beating his man before he had the ball, getting on the outside, and then finishing with the assisting pass.
The ball carried forward there by Kieran Williams. Well, Courtney Laws, what a moment that was. Well, George Ford stepping in. Well, there's a call to be made, and George Ford decides it's not for the post, it's for the corner.
Strong work there by Courtney Laws. Riding that initial contact, the initial clear, still staying on his feet long enough to contest for the ball.
12-man England. Laws with a catch. There's Jamie George. It's a penalty advantage to England. This would be quite a moment. And they're over and they've scored. And it's Maro Itoje. True grit from the men in white.
Just give the crowd a moment. Deafening roar. What a way to come back under pressure. 7-man England pack responding. So strong on the driving maul. They've caused Wales a lot of grief at maul time, and this time they drive over, bringing England back into 3.
What a contrast as George Ford takes England back to within 1 of Wales. Well, look at that. The news from the bunker is that Farrell's yellow card has been upgraded to red.
Yeah, just right hand is off. right, it's a red card.
And what an image that is. What impact this will have on England's World Cup remains to be seen. But that, in so many respects, the biggest moment for England in the preparation ahead of this trip to France.
Advantage.
England without their captain
Offside.
trail Wales by a single point.
Bring him back. Discipline.
And at least they've got one more back. So England up to 14. And a lot of times this can galvanise a side, really lift those emotions. We saw that carry from Ollie Lawrence from the restart. But there's the red card incident. Owen Farrell tucking his arm in, leading with the shoulder, contact to the head. No mitigation, dangerous play.
Jamie George finds the try scorer Itoje.
No, fine, Andreas, on that side.
There is raw emotion around Twickenham. Ben Earl. Here's Youngs. You have to say, England have been galvanised. The regret for Steve Borthwick will be, of course, what it's taken to do that.
Clearly off feet.
England penalised for coming off their feet.
Yeah, Moro Itoje there, coming off his feet, sealing the ball, not allowing the Welsh defenders to contest for that possession. And the English home crowd trying to get their players going with the songs.
12, change. And 9 red. Time is off, nothing.
Well, Gareth Davis comes on to replace the try scorer there, Thomas Williams. Gareth Davis, who wasn't in the 23 until an announcement was made an hour or so before kickoff, replacing Kieran Hardy. And there is Max Malins. Off goes Ollie Lawrence. Sam Parry goes short, but the referee has awarded a free kick against Wales.
Oh, and Warren Gatland will be very frustrated with these forwards and their line-out efforts today. 5 line-outs lost. They're giving a free kick away.
Well, there's the spiral bomb from George Ford. Liam Williams, who has been excellent, but it's then been knocked forward. Well, you have to say Twickenham has found its voice in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Very vocal. And that's the extra man that they've lost. But such a difficult skill to take a spiral bomb. George Ford credit. Very difficult kick to kick, but that was spot on. And a lot of rotation on that ball. And with the spiral bomb just before the end, the ball always seems to go away from the catcher, and it's so difficult to judge your jump into the ball, especially with the defenders storming on. And look at that stat. 10.
I was going to say, Tinas, it's just as well they didn't have the spiral bomb around in your day. Are you grateful? World-class fullback that you were.
Oh, I played against Johnny Wilkinson. He was the master of the spiral. The spiral bomb, he's actually introduced it. But that's that 10 turnovers won by England, only won by Wales.
Just about the only mistake Liam Williams has made all day. There's Earl. They've got an advantage here of England, so a penalty would take them in front. Here's Ben Youngs on there to Itoje. Youngs again. Looking a little bit ponderous, didn't have too many alternatives. Earl feeds it out to Ford. Ford on to Malins. Malins to Daly. The arm is out again. Genge finds himself out on the wing. It would be quite a win for England.
No hands, no, down.
There's Ford, the cross kick. Josh Adams gets after it. Oh, and has Marchant got there? Well, the assistant Andrea Piardi is saying he's not sure about the grounding.
So if it's a clear knock on Brian,
You come back for the penalty for offside.
okay, for offside. Yeah. No try, knock on.
Oh, he just loses control. There, jumps out of his arms.
There's no
You
pressure.
can see the grimace on his face,
No pressure on
like Lewis re-examined last week.
Yeah. Okay, bring the back.
Losing final control of the ball just before touchdown.
So what's happening is...
But the
there's
England
one penalty
forwards
on
are
the scrum.
carrying
Injury
real
number one,
positive.
and you've been offside here. It's a too many penalties. Warning was issued again. That's a yellow card.
And there we are. 14 on 14, Martin.
So one penalty here for offside, another for the scrum. There.
How far away is the scrum, please, sir?
Right,
A
scrum is
match
near,
of 5 yellow cards
outside of 20
and a red.
Okay.
England have a penalty. They trail by a single point.
Okay, penalty there.
And for what remains of the match, it is 14 against 14.
Hinge in. Hinge in. Collapsing, yeah, hinge in.
At this stage of the match, you'd expect George Ford to signal for the posts.
Okay. Decision, shot. Shot call.
Wales, by the way, onto their third captain. It's now Dan Bigger. The kick that could win the match. Nerveless from George Ford. And you can see Mum and Dad. Mike Ford sat down alongside his wife. Well, Warren Gatland, having had England down to 12, if they manage to lose this, he will have some very harsh questions. England only have to survive for a little more than 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's taken back. And use it! No, it's taken back.
Referee says the ball taken back into the 22, so Ben Youngs doesn't opt for touch. Liam Williams, that time, safely grabs it. There it is for Gareth Davis. Oh, and Matthias spills it.
Oh, and the pressure starting to build on Wales. We spoke about the lost lineouts.
Knock on.
9-10 handling errors. There we are, 10 handling errors for Wales.
England, let's go. Let's go.
England has also created 10 turnovers. The exact opposite than last week,
well on the set.
where Wales are now making the unforced errors when they're under pressure.
Let's go, let's go. Same. We keep the same standard. Don't overload, all right? Yeah, you find out. Keep pressure.
But it's 7 men in red against 8 in white, and England trying to force the penalty, and they've got it. Well, Ben Youngs for a moment feigning to take it swiftly, but they will be looking now to run down the clock.
And the experience of Dan Cole really making a difference at scrum time. England starting to dominate that facet of the game. Wales not able to compete at all, giving penalties away and allowing England to get back into this game and get their noses up in front.
Get them on.
Well, more than 74,000 people in the ground today.
No.
And the first 40 minutes, well, really not particularly memorable. But the second 38 have been, well, you couldn't write the script.
Hands up. 10 to 1, stop.
There goes Ben Earl.
You pulled away.
Wales desperate to get their hands on the ball.
No.
Now they're from Ben Youngs, Courtney Laws. The final 100 seconds of the contest. There goes Jack Willis. The tackle from Dan Lydiot. He's done well to get through 80 minutes today. Earl again. The numberless Saracen. Ford. Fires it into touch.
Smart play by George Ford, keeping that England pack going forwards, kicking the ball out, slowing the ball down again. And this is the crucial step. 6 lineouts lost for Wales.
Well, somehow that found its way back into the hands of Sam Parry. Here's Gareth Davis. Wales have one play. They will be wondering, how did this get away? They had a 3-man advantage at one point. Here's Davis. He's certainly one of the Welshmen capable of a little bit of magic. Maruatoji, the intervention, which has certainly won the match. The ball has gone forward. The referee blows his whistle for the end of what has been a remarkable match. The lasting effects for England, they will be serious. Their captain sent off. He now faces the likelihood of a suspension. But England have come back from the dead. They have beaten Wales by 19 points to 17. Well, Tinas, what do you make of that?
It's certainly come alive in the second half, Martin. A lot of